Roger Goodell's own statements regarding the Oakland Raiders and Mark Davis being at fault themselves for not having a stadium agreement in Oakland were something that I posted here in Zenny62 on YouTube starting last year, just during the Charlotte NFL Owners Spring League meeting. And then I took that part where he specifically mentioned the Raiders being at fault and made another video of that during the fall. Those statements run completely counter to what I'm looking at here on the NFL media website called the Statement of Conditions, the Statement of Reasons, Oakland Relocation. And they are, as I quote, on March 27, 2017, league membership considered an application from the Oakland Raiders to relocate the club's home territory to Las Vegas, where the club will play in a new stadium to be built through a public-private partnership. Under the league's policy and procedures on proposed franchise relocations, or what are called the guidelines, the application was reviewed by the NFL Finance and Stadium Committees. Prior to the member clubs meeting to consider the application, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell issued a report addressing the further factors identified in the guidelines as relevant to the member club's evaluation of proposed franchise relocations. And that's actually a report that I haven't seen and hasn't been issued to the media yet. The commissioner and members had found in 2016, in the context of considering an application by the Raiders to relocate to Los Angeles, that the Raiders' current home stadium is not adequate for NFL football and must be replaced, a conclusion agreed to by the civic leadership in Oakland. Notwithstanding the established preference for clubs to continue to serve their existing fans and communities, the member clubs concluded that the Raiders should be permitted to relocate from Oakland. This conclusion has not changed in the past year. Similarly, the Raiders are not barred by the club's current lease from relocating to another community. For more than a decade, the Raiders have worked diligently and in good faith to improve the club's stadium situation in Oakland. The NFL determined not to accept relocation applications prior to the 2015 season, and the Raiders were not permitted to relocate to Los Angeles prior to the 2016 season. This gave Oakland leadership additional time to address the Raiders' acknowledged stadium issues. The NFL emphasized that the member clubs would be unlikely to accept contingent on certain stadium proposals as a basis for requiring a club that otherwise qualifies for relocation to remain in its home market. The stadium proposals received from Oakland are dependent on various contingencies and involve a number of significant uncertainties that the members concluded cannot be resolved in a reasonable time. This is true even though the league has long accepted the community's position that it will not invest public funds into stadium construction. The proposal to relocate to Las Vegas involves a clearly defined and well-financed proposal for a first-class stadium in a diverse and growing community that is well recognized as an entertainment destination. It involves the Raiders a genuine opportunity to resolve long-standing stadium issues and is expected to provide the club with solid future prospects. After full consideration, the members approved the relocation of the Raiders' home territory to Las Vegas. Why this statement was issued, I don't know. It doesn't really actually address the St. Louis lawsuit. I think it's more a preamble to any lawsuit that may be filed by Oakland. But the simple fact of the matter is the commissioner's own statements that the Raiders were at fault in part for not having a stadium in Oakland, new stadium plan in Oakland, run counter to this. And he said that. You can see the link to it right here in this video. He said that. So he's got to answer for that. And because he made that statement, it's indicative of how he really feels versus what Mark Davis wanted. It's quite clear that Roger Goodell didn't want the Raiders in Oakland, at least until, and I'm reading between the lines, Jerry Jones got involved and made it happen. So there is, I should say, Roger Goodell didn't want the Raiders to leave Oakland until Jerry Jones got involved and made Las Vegas more a possibility than not. There are still reasons to believe the Las Vegas deal will fall apart, but even then, the question remains, why can't the Raiders pursue dual tracks? Why can't they pursue a new stadium in Oakland? They're already pursuing one in Las Vegas. Why not focus on Oakland? What is so wrong with Oakland the Raiders cannot do what they haven't done before? Focus on a stadium in Oakland. They haven't. Commissioner Goodell's statement that the Raiders have for over a decade tried to get a stadium going in Oakland, actually that's not true. It's more the city and the county have tried to do it on behalf of the Raiders, but the Raiders haven't financed, for example, the creation of a new artist rendition for a stadium there, let alone a video that presents what the stadium would look like at the Coliseum or anywhere in Oakland or Alameda County for that matter. Nothing. They haven't done any pre-development work on a new stadium in Oakland. That's meaningful, other than exchanges of information, emails between Raiders Stadium point person Larry McNeil and Oakland Assistant Chief Administrative Officer Claudia Capio. That's it. So this wasn't a good idea to write because it can be easily challenged with demonstrable statements and evidence against it. Stay tuned.